Good morning, folks. It's 7:40 a.m. on the first month, 30th day of 2026. And if you've been seeing this image around the internet, you are being duped about what that means. There have been a lot of lightning strikes in your, or, every day, and how big they are and how high in the atmosphere they are very often measured. Like that was how wide the band of red is the lightning bolt itself has strength, and they do that a lot by decibels, and they can tell in the atmosphere how high up they are. That is net plasma, and I'll show you how to see plasma. Yeah, because you were under plasma attack. You're under it quite often, like right here. The plasma is being used to manipulated with the EMF, let's say from this Eucla radar station here. Bzz, see what it shot out to the side here. Here, I could show you a better shot of it. I think if I could go to this frame right, I think it was right about there. If I remember right, it should be right there. Yeah, I can show you. This is not a spark gap, as we are often told. Yeah, because the spark gap was less milliseconds. You see this here. There's a radar station here, right, in Eucla. It was hard to find, actually. I went on the maps. I should be able to pull this up for you guys. And if you can't hear me too well, I don't understand why. I checked my sound settings before I started. So I'm going to go here and show you the Euclid station. It's not easy to see, where this beam came from. And it's going to be used to control the moisture. That's not Euclid. Euclid's a little further up the coast here. It's this one. The Euclid radar. It doesn't show too much here near this old airport thing here. Oh, Hydra looking thing. You go here, you're like, hey, much there. But if you look and click this little dot, you'll come up with the typical suspect there. Okay, so that's your radar right there that was manipulating the weather, with causing plasmas. You'll also see this scalar square here and stuff. But, Gina, I'm sorry, where did you learn your science about plasma theory and stuff like this? Because that is not it. You're just causing a bunch of panic in people. So Jesus has a message for you. Calm your farm. Stop it. If you don't know what you're talking about, be quiet. Yes. These are scalar squares that have pretty much shut down the flow across your country. So the things here, you see this beam here? This beam here is going to make me disagree with the major models of forecast right now. Because I see a storm coming in here. Ain't got much of place it can go until it gets to right here with its center. And then it's free to go out. But everything right now is set up for this to come in. And right about there. So you've got a big concern that maybe it's possible we're being misled by the Bureau of Morons. You want to see some big plasmoids? I'll zoom back here and you'll see the whole planet. You look at the northern hemisphere. I want to show you some plasmoid being used. You want to see a plasma attack, Gina? I'll show you. Here's a plasma attack. This is across Europe. It's went across the whole planet. You see when this all goes full like this? Now, it's really easy for me to determine when I look at this here, is where was the center point of this? Because this is all waveforms, right? And so as they echo certain ways, I didn't want that. I wanted this, excuse me. I'm trying my best here, folks. So I'm going to leave this right there. So we've had some really big EMF hit. And this wasn't, something that came from the sun, as we are often told it came. If you look at EMF, like I'm going to just draw here for a minute what color I want. Yeah, with this for right now, white down here. Right, if I emit something from here, it's like a dimple in a pond. You're going to get an effect like this, right? So, let's start doing the effect of the pond here. These are all leaning, right? What's in the center? What's this? What's up here? That's HARP. HARP has attacked people. HARP has put out scalar squares. HARP is located right about here. Right, you see these scalar squares? These are beams. It's a beam. So then we'll go up here. We'll change our domain now that I've done a basic determining, right? To see what This is the attacks. This is the terribleness that goes on. So I can go look at the Alaska region now, and we'll go to near the same time. Let's let it run a second. All right, there's the plasmoid in the center. This is plasma. This is a plasma beam, and it's actually left the atmosphere here. You know, if filaments don't run in straight lines, right? It's not day that would happen. Let's give us something to look at here. You have quite a few beams going on. There's definitely a station here that's involved. Look, see here? See the cross beam in here? So there's something right about here. And that's Canada, right? This heated this place up. It was warmer over here, and it was in places that are experiencing summer right now. And this station is right about here. It looks like has done that beam like that. Control the pole, the pole's flows. If you block this off with heat, nothing's going to go through the Bering Passage into the North Pole area. It'll be forced into Canada and the United States. And it causes polar vortex and things, but in this case, it'll cause a tornadic activity in the United States, or major late season snowstorm, depending on the further dynamics of the next red radars and what kind of chem is deployed in the atmosphere. These are your plasma attacks. This is a directed energy weapon. This is an ionospheric heater. And you can see different kinds of plasmas if you go here on the Google Earth, the Zoom Earth, which does have an app. You see a plasmoid cloud like this hazy look that often forms like here. You have some particles in the sky, and then you heat the molecules until they form a plasma. Now, plasma isn't always a super hot thing like you would think that's being used to fuse things for fusion energy. No, these are cold plasmas. And our sky is a plasma soup, or is known as electrosmog. Now look at the scalar square here. I wonder what town that's over. I wonder if there's a radar over here. The odds are good. There's a radar somewhere here. The odds are very good. So you guys get some really nasty weather coming, just to say. The least. And the plasma fields are easy to control stuff that's in the center of them, right? If I make a plasma field that's square like this, things inside here tend to stay inside because the edges of the plasma field will be doing a rolling motion. Very often just circular. You know, like this side here might be rotating like this in a tube with a hollow in the center, right? Just smiley, cyclopsy dude. No, look, it's just the weather guy, tinfoil hat and all. But these will be rotating edges, right? And they'll be stirring things. You know, in the center of this has another edge, and look at something triangular has deployed. See the plasma difference in the plasmas itself. So Gina, pay attention to this. I respect your work, you know, but come on, if you're going to wind people up, you're doing the opposite of God's work. You're dissing ease, which is, of course, is the harvesting of the loosh energy, right? That the bad loosh. We don't want that. Look at the chembrams here, and this is where they're blowing up some terrible rains in northern territories in Western Australia because of this. See the triangle here, shape. See it? See the bomb here in the center, or the thing that's deploying? And then it shoots something out, and then a little lower altitude, another cloud forms. And it shoots something out a little lower, and another one forms. And this goes over and over and over again. And you'll find there'll be an epicenter that things tend to point towards. I thought we'd get more accurate with my lines. These are your plasmas. This is most likely a plasma cloud floating over the top. You see the arc shape to this? It's like this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to draw on a screen that's not been squiggle made yet. See the baseball field here? That's a plasma cloud from a beam, right? Boom. Beams come out and they radiate in all directions. The impetus of the energy here will be less than here, and that'll be less than here and less than here. So you end up with quite a thump, or like a speaker horn would do, right? Blasting out, doom, 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 doom. You end up with ripple in the atmosphere. So we can see that quite often. Like if I zoom way back, you'll see that effect here. This is plasma attack on Australia. Get it right. Pay attention. At least Dave Onix had the integrity to say he wasn't sure about something. So I went and did that. And when I posted my profile picture, I removed his name because he didn't do nothing wrong. See the sine wave form to that? That's ultra low wave frequency. That's your HARP type devices. I say type devices because there's only one device you can call HARP. Right? It's up in Alaska. We showed you what it did. And it was doing it today. Okay? See the plasma cloud here? Now if you look sideways, you'll see dunk, dunk, dunk. You'll also see a gap here. So you'll start to see some other waveform, and those will be the microwaves. Most likely doing a square waveform. They could do square and sawtooth pretty well. They don't tend to do sine, smooth sine very well, because they're more of an on, off, up, down, or spiky sawtooth. The Earth uses one that's none of those. It doesn't use sine, it doesn't use sawtooth, and it doesn't use your regular analog or any of those three I showed you. So look at this. Again, if you zoom back, you see this. Again, this is mapping out an area that's going to be getting some rains. And I can tell by this plasma line here that this is the influx area right here. So Rocky and them better get ready. You have that Bywater Road over here. You better have some problems. We're gonna have some problems over here in Ogmore. We're gonna have some problems over here in these beautiful areas out here. So get ready. The chembrams have spoken. The sine waves, the pulsations, the circularness of it. Get your compass and squares out. You'll soon see the engineering. Right, so I'm going to roll through some of what they can expect to happen. You know, and as we look at this one here, this is as man-made a look as you can get. Right? I show you plasma clouds all the time. Don't act like you never see it. There's a big scalar square there, but this is a triangular wave that's centered right about here. And if we look we might can see that it's also done something up here. Right? You can tell by the haze. That haze is your plasma cloud. But it takes a nanoparticle or a particle of dust or something for it to turn into a cloud condensate. Otherwise, the plasma would just go through the sky and start to just be there and then be invisible. And if it comes into certain elements, it'll glow a color like an aurora. And these experiments were known as sky glow. Look at the face there. It's like the devil showed up in this. My goodness, look at that. It's not, like I said, I think they do magic sometimes in the sky. I should zoom even more. I do, man. It's like the face of the thing that was in devilish movies. And the big pig with the politicians having dinner. Yeah. Yeah, they are. They were all stitched up. What a shame, huh? That was over, I think that was this. How did they make that cloud? Look at me. Whammo. I had to have that one. Ain't that something to see? And that happened about 24 minutes ago. If you believe this data that you see of these things, you'll believe anything, because this is the lying data. Somebody's backyard might actually say that it's 25, you know, when they're recording 28. Because they like to record warmer than there is. Because they used to say global warming and then they stopped. Now they say climate change. So that's a plasma cloud. Look at this nasty here. This big triangular stuff here looking really angry. That almost looked like a face too. Ooh, that's your ancestor. He's not happy. Because you're believing in bullshit. You believe that the people that conquered this land and disrespected all its original inhabitants are somehow going to respect you. Get out of here. Anyways, I'm going to roll tape on this shit. Look at the heat. 47. That's 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Right? Don't be thinking it's any different than that. 116. Oh, look at his temperature differences. That's a nice mild summertime weather there, isn't it? Yeah, Higgins, did you see that? I see a switch on you. I wanted to see if I was right. I have to challenge myself. Or maybe I already knew. There you go, 24C. It's going to dip down. Some of these nights down by 17. And you wonder why you're going to have these terrible thunderstorms that are coming this weekend. I don't have to wonder at all. And there's a day coming this week where I'm going to look out toward Byron a little bit south, and I'm going to say surf is up. Decent swells. You'll have good surf, but bad swells coming down this way. But up here, I think it's Tuesday. All right, big ones. So be watching. Watch the boards. I think you're going to want to get to Byron. Yeah, it's Byron, a little bit south. West Rocks. I think you'll find some great action. Today's thunderstorm wise on the radar, it ain't showing too much. Right, I come into this area here, it's not too much going on. So I'll do it to the plan, because the weather plan is rather devastating. So I'm gonna have to do this in 2 bits. So let's go here first and let you guys see what they're saying, because I'm a little bit of disagreement. I think this place is about to get smacked with a cyclone. So let's watch this as it trucks along. All that geoengineered madness that I just finished showing you is going to lead to this. Doink. Let's move it up a bit. But there are some people in Bali might want to keep an eye. There was a lot of beams going over the top of you. I won't be surprised if the volcano don't pop a little bit of a fart up in Bali. Won't surprise me at all. This is the part I have to rest my hands, right, and keep calm so I don't get a headache. I'll do a little sound check and see if I can answer any questions that you might be asking or not asking. I can't answer the one you don't ask. Remember that. The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Right? Right. That is all. I hear myself. Oh, yeah, that's working, it's working. Anybody there used to be not so long ago. That's weird thing to say. You find it strange that there's any thunder and lightning during the storms. Well, you're only going to get thunder during a thunderstorm. No, I don't find that strange at all. I mean, really, you have to have a couple layers of different clouds on top of each other these days, merging together to see most of the lightning, to get an effect like a dynamo, moving a field past a rotor or a stationary object to harvest its energy waves. Collapsing fields can generate voltages. It's complicated and simple. Go take an electrics class. It's some physics and you'll understand. Somebody posted 50C in SAS. I'm not surprised at all, Ollie. Yeah, that would be reported. It's very, very hot, and it is Australia, and it is summertime, and that is the desert. So I do expect extremes of heat in places like that. And we should not be so totally surprised. But when I see the microwaves heating it up as well, and I have something I can point a finger at and go, ooh, look. Kunanura, getting some thunder times. Yep, there's that Lando cane, and when it goes out to sea a little bit, it's going to have a chance to spin. This is my moments of concern. Yeah, it came across the country spinning like that. And then she's out to sea. Oh my. This is the moment I'm worried about. So the EMF that day is going to be, here's what's going to be my deciders, okay? And I'll do it like this. It's like, what would it take to make a storm? Okay, I don't have all the things up. I got the dynamics. This is good enough. Here, let's do this, right? All right, I got Xmith here, right? It's got a beam of field here. Two. It'll be a big field. So you'll see a lot of these microwave clouds or rolling morning glory looking pulsations, right? This radar here, it's got a next rad. It's actually got to hit this storm right there, right? And it's got to start doing it soon. And then there's got to be a beam coming down like this, and that'll drive it right inland. As I'm seeing right now, I saw this today. And I've already marked it. Oh, I think it's this one. See if I can get that to open. Yeah, I already did a mark on this one here. And I was showing that out to sea here. What I saw happen is, I don't want personal drive up. Come on. Well, he's being finicky. Very finicky today. I saw this out to sea here. First thing I saw was this scalar square. There's a huge device right there. Okay, we already know this. But there's the radar here, right? It's came out and done a line. There's a onshore did a beam like this. And they've caused a lot of area here. And that's solid. So anything that comes down here and hits this line of stuff's got to come in. So I am very, very much of the belief that there's nowhere for this storm to go but inland, and every forecast out here has it not going inland. So, like I said, I'm in a bit of a disagreement here with this going out to sea part. So we're going to have to watch and see. This is the device I was telling you about. It's out in Exmouth, a place called Holt Base. It was a big, huge wire type antenna array, or a static array as they're known, because you can't aim them by tilting them and such. It was designed for communicating with subs in the deep ocean. It is a massive array. Yeah, it's like a giant Merkaba body they made. See the star? See it here? This is big. This is not small. And this is a big fryer. And this could make a plasma attack on Australia. And very often is attacking the fish out at sea. And that right there is it's 2.5 kilometers across. This was built by the U.S. Navy with permission of the Australian government, then handed back over to Australia. But we all know there's certain handshakes, involve the pinky tickling the palm, don't it, sometimes? But do you want this in inches? Yeah, this is 100,110 inches long. It could have been 10, like a bits and bytes, but in miles, it's 1.5 miles roughly across. That's a big boy. And there's lots of information about this. And I don't have any pictures that are going to come up here, but I'm sure you could find all sorts. Oh, here's somebody's got some pics. The Mildoro wreck. Oh, gee, that's worth coming all the way out there for. Like a beach. But this is Jim's beach. You know, I'd rather go to Jim's beach because, look, there's a gym. Look, somebody's been walking. And then they took this picture, like Lonely Road. All right, but anyways, that's that massive array I'm talking about. And there's NEXRADs and all sorts along there. They're making beam signatures. That's telling me this is likely to go inland. And if this goes inland, it's going to be a Cat 4 according to Australia. It's going to have winds over 140 kilometers an hour. It's going to have terrible storm surge. Dude, like the figure of God coming along the coastline. So let's hope those beams don't continue to direct this towards land, okay? So are we going to be wary of this? Yes, we are. And there would be some terrible totals associated with this out to sea. Some of the swaths that I'm seeing this carrying, a third of a meter. I was seeing higher than that. Some of these was 700. I don't know why they're backing the totals down now from what's raining out at sea and what would be raining over the land. Say, pretty much what's coming over here can be expected over here. Once it comes out to sea, it's going to scoop up more water. So they're lying to you. Windy is not cool at all. Over the next few days, I was thinking they're going to get close to 500 mils along this swath as this cuts across and goes out to sea. Yeah, it's not a good thing. This coastline here, some of these going to be some gully washers when these thunderstorms come through this swath through here, right? And we never use the name Lismore lightly, do we? So you'd expect for some flash flooding to go on when these storms come through you, because these are packing about As they pass over, every bit of a centimeter and a half to 2 centimeters of water as some of the big cells that are going to be associated and with the thunderstorms this weekend. So let's run through yours now. And again, I'll sit back. Some of you ain't aware I was hit by a bus on the 30th last month, and I've still not got all my senses even back yet. And my hands ain't working right. So if I have to stop, I'll stop. Thunderstorms caused by the EMF lines I showed you yesterday on my wall. You've really mapped out where the thunderstorms are going to come. I'm going to turn some of the pressures off. It's irrelevant now. We all know you better get it. This is nighttime, your time. And now as we're getting into Saturday, this will be at about 7 a.m. your time, and we get into the day. So that data's not working correctly. Let me take something off. It should run a little better. Give me a moment there. Let me make sure my phone's off of data. There we go. I'll change it. Oh, maybe the bill is due soon. It's going to be about 100 Australian a month to do shows, just the data. Yeah, this is a bad concern. If this is 1 a.m. my time, this is about 11 o'clock in the morning or so around Camp Barrett on your Saturday. Give us what we want, please, government day. And if you say the right things, they won't say it's illegal. These are what I'm saying. These cells that they're blowing up, we're going to have to watch. Like, they have that look. Like, let's see if we can find one out here. Just, I guess the best examples are these. Right, from the nothings, right? They put the first bombs come out within, see the star shape to this here? We know that's going to start rotating, and each one is like a gear. As it spins, the stuff that's caught inside that gaps like that tend to spin like that. Now this one is over the top of that one, which is over the top of that one. This is where you start getting your lightning, like a rudimentary dynamo, and that one there looks like a penis. Come on, do I have to draw it? Yes. It's going to piss it down when you see it. Wait, when you see that cloud, you'll know it's going to piss it down. And let's see what kind of pubes they put here. Some chem pubes. Yep, nano, but it's a nano penis. 25 miles long. 8 miles high. Then the chem bombs fall out. You're sneezing. You're wheezing, bad health, toxic rain. How come you don't complain? Look, here's one of those stars again. They're doing magic in your sky. See it? See it? Look, right there. Devilish formation. There's another one. Not round super shows, I'd say. Not round at all. Where's the entity? Here it is. There's the head, the torso, there's the ass. See it? See the entities? EMF plasma, which is pretty much manipulates EMF, is a multi-dimensional fabric. Etheric. Manipulation is very easily. Look at these waveforms going over the top. That's plasma clouds, that form right there. Those. Get it right. And this is actually streaming over the top of that, as I could see it disappearing over the top of it. But yet it's not on this side. So it's a directed plasmoid that's on this side of the storm. So it, of course, is a solid boundary on that side, which tends to sweep things away, like a wiper blade in that direction. All that'll move. Yep. That's what's going on in that picture. You see the plasma line right here? Excuse me. Right there. Yep. Terrible totals. Go be clear with you folks. So I'll be looking for stuff like that tomorrow. And until we see that, do we know? No, we don't. Do we know the conditions for tornadic activity exist? Yes. Absolutely. That means the possibilities of tornadoes, damaging winds, frequent lightning, and general geofuckery. I'm the geoengineers. Isn't it fun to be us? Yeah, even across the Vic state line right there. The conditions are perfect for it. I was watching the spray, and I've been watching for days. Like yesterday, the devil cloud was about 5 something a.m. off of your coast, wasn't it? I think it was at 5:20 or 10:40, right about here. Somebody wants to see something. Was it that day or was it the 22nd? I'm looking for one of the clouds from yesterday. That was, or was it the day before? It's easy to get mixed up. Every day it's like you're repeating itself. Might be that one. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. It's right at sunset. Humor me. I'm looking for something. When they do magic in your sky like this, right? And then you have terrible storms where people die. You know they're manipulating aether. You know they're doing their pentagrams or whatever. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. They're doing devilish things in your sky. So the angel of the wind gets harnessed. Or if you were working with what was known as the elementals, but I don't think that's the Star Trek logo there, right? Come on. It's massive. That's not small. It's bigger than the whole island of New Caledonia. And scalar square right there is half its size, and you zoom in the center, you see more chem. Almost like a Nazi flag. Fuck it hell. Bombs off the coast. And it was a couple days ago. It just never ends. It's a never-ending story for the lands of hopeless glories. What a shame, what a shame. So, yeah, this weekend storms are to be expected, and the temperature lines mapped it all out, really. And today's lines pretty much spell out where this fuckery is going to happen through these areas here. But this EMF is on this underlying layer. See if we can catch it before the chem came over. It's hard to do. A lot of EMF there, huh? Bzzz, bzzz, getting fried, Strayus style. That big scalar square there. You all got headaches, you all having problems breathing, no energy, lethargy, yes, lethargic. In New Zealand, Morena Moranos. Don't be a numbnut. Boy, are you guys about to cop it. I'm not agreeing with any of the forecasts. It looks like you're about to get a major storm. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'm pretty sure that this line of EMF coming right through here is going to guide this along. And unless something pushes it, she's coming right over the top of you. But I'm not 100% sure that this is going to occur. Yeah, but I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. Look at this. We're gonna be getting fucked. We might as well listen to Bolero. Ooh. I never did like her hair like that. What was going on with that? Hey, New Zealand, look like a couple nicer days over there you should enjoy. Have you actually got any warm temperatures yet? Nah, man, they're still freezing. A little bit warming up over there. We're getting 1 or 2 warming days. Not that moment. I saw a moment there where temperatures had risen Oh gosh, that's it. There's your summer. Enjoy it. Have a nice day. It'd be better than that than this. Tell you that. Some of the roaster that's going on over here. Holy mother of pearl, but that's cold. Look at that. That'll shrivel the grump nuts. Yeah, oh my. Look, will it snow? Well, no, it was too exhausted to do anything this morning. But you got fried. You was in that mess of oxygen depriving mess. Because if they're going to be making sulfuric acid in the sky, it's going to gobble up molecules of oxygen to make itself, right? Oh my, look at that. Wow, yeah, that storm's got plenty of air to feed it, that's for sure. And the thunderstorm line is pretty well spelled out right through here. So what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to tell you to keep your heads up, and I'm going to come on and show you if I see anything. Because as it looks right now, here's your line. You can see it. The EMF says so. Cam says so. And we seen what they just sprayed, right? See this pulse here? That'll pin it. So here's your steps. That's safe zone. It's inside here. This area in here is fucked. That area right there, fucked. Pulsation zone there sets up a separate. As this comes up and over, it splits and comes that way. You'll get some late evening thunderstorms here, probably on Sunday. They'll be quite severe, actually. Just setting it up now. There's some of the really high level. That's going over the top of that. Look at this chembram here. This isn't all plasma. I tell you, it takes something to condensate, right? You got to have something to vibrate to turn into a plasma. Hi, a gas or something, you know. I didn't want that to look like a face. It looks like a smiling guy. Hi, I'm Mr. Bundaberg, and I've had too much rum. Would he be saying, look, it's Moloch here. There's the beak, the head, the ears. Yeah, they're doing magic in the skies, man. That was a dead-on Moloch. Here's some definite plasmoid. See that there? Look at the shape of that. See that? That's plasmoid. Hey, Gina, get your notepad out. That's a plasma attack on New South Wales. Plasma attack. That's an in the middle layer, too, because that's going over the top. Different direction. That's low to the ground. Anybody down around that's going to be feeling. And that's Broken Hill, Mild Dora over there. Can't bear it. Yep. That's where the House of Bums is. Welcome to the House of Bums. It's the government. Welcome to the light. A little pocket there is going to get a little bit of storming, too, as well. It'll be pulling some air in from the sea, and then it runs into a wall of EMF. Like, I'm bringing some light condensates, and it hits a wall. The condensates just bunch into each other and get bigger and bigger, and guess what? They start to fall. As rain, or if they're icy, crystally things, they come as hailstones, and they fuck up your car windows and stuff. Yep. Oh, look at these chembrams. They've already visited the wineries, and so maybe this is a drunken cloud. I don't know. Yeah. Right turn, Clyde. Boom, goes over there. Oh, takes a right turn, goes that way. Maybe that's Albuquerque. Yeah, because I am a wabbit holier than thou. Don't you know it? Yeah, I'm wascally. I know it. Here's my ass. I'll show it. Look at the V shape in the plasmas here. See it? There's an emitter here. Look at the bzzz. These are your cirrus clouds, and above them are other clouds. Now, you know that your little Cessna plane wasn't flying up there. The altitude's too high. Okay? Unless it's a drone, and even then, how do you get to aspirate the engine? Right? Oh, look at that beaming on bastard air. Bzzz, up in a circle, frying it up. Geoengineering is real. It's a crime against everything out here. Where do you start? The sand dollars don't care about your dollars, do they? Nope. Why is there a problem with the reef? Is it acid? Could acid dissolve a reef? Yes or no? Can acid dissolve a reef? If so, why make sulfuric acid in this sky? And well, that's I'm gonna love you and leave you on that when my hand's starting to hurt. Yeah, be careful out there, okay? If I see some wicked storms about, I'll let you know. And make good use of the wonderful day you have today, because you never know when you never get another one, okay? Stay safe. Peace. Fuck, my hand hurts.